Today, I'm going to attempt to replicate the Crumbl Blueberry Muffin Cookie that released last week. So if you didn't get a chance to try them, now you can make them. I'm Kat, owner of Charmin Chic Baking, and welcome to my channel. I picked up two of the new cookies on Friday, the Blueberry Muffin and the Cornbread Cookie, and I have to admit, the Blueberry Muffin is to die for. The Cornbread Cookie I wasn't too crazy about, so that's not on my to-make list. From reading the ingredients that was posted on their website, I'm starting with a blueberry muffin mix for the cookies, and then flour, butter, eggs, powdered sugar, and flavors, which are going to be used for the strudel topping and glaze. I'm going to start by mixing 1 cup of unsalted butter with my paddle attachment. I didn't have time to get the butter to room temperature, and I warmed it up in the microwave a little too long, but it'll be fine. I then add 2 large room temperature eggs, one at a time. I'm going to add 10 drops of this cake batter flavor from Lorraine, as that's what's listed in their ingredient list, and continue to mix until no longer curdled. I'm going to dump the muffin mix that I found at Walmart, but it's actually cheaper to get it from Amazon through my link below. I'm mixing this with a spatula as I'm not sure what the consistency will be and don't want to overmix it. But it turns out you can probably use your mixer with a paddle attachment for this part. I want to make sure the cookies weigh the same. The Crumbl cookie weighs 133 grams or 4.69 ounce, and that's with a streusel topping. Therefore, I'm going to measure 4.6 ounces per cookie. This makes 9 cookies plus a smaller one left over, or you can divide it evenly into 10 cookies at about 4.4 ounces each. Then flatten the cookie slightly and chill for at least 2 hours before baking. I want to make sure they're spread out enough, so I'm comparing them to the Crumbl cookies for size. In the meantime, I'm going to make the streusel topping, adding white and brown sugars to the all-purpose flour along with a pinch of salt. I then mix it with a fork to combine, breaking down the brown sugar lumps. Next, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of melted unsalted butter and gently toss it with a fork, but not mixing it in. It's still a little too dry, so I'm going to add another tablespoon of melted butter and toss it again. Finally, I'm adding another half tablespoon of butter, and that's the consistency I'm going for to make the streusel. I then sprinkled the streusel over a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and chill until ready to bake. When you're ready to bake the cookies, preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. Then wait at least 10 minutes before baking the cookies to ensure the oven is indeed at 350. I baked these cookies for 18 minutes and you can see how much they spread out, but they're still puffy. So I'm going to shrink them a bit while they're still warm with my spatula so that they're the same size as the Crumbl cookies, which is 4 inches in diameter. I then bake the streusel topping for 7 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. I'm going to separate it with my spatula while still warm, and then allow both the cookies and streusel to cool completely before assembling, about 1 hour. In the meantime, I'm going to make the glaze, starting with 1 cup of sifted icing or powdered sugar. I ended up using 2 tablespoons of milk, which made it a little runnier than I wanted, but I'll just add a little more icing sugar later. I then added 5 drops of the cake batter flavor along with 5 drops of an oil-soluble butter flavor. I couldn't find the Loran one at my local bulk store, but you can find it online and I'll list it below. I then added another 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, which I'm now happy with the consistency. To assemble the cookies, I poured the glaze into a piping bag and cut off a small hole. Then I drizzled the cookie and, while still wet, sprinkled on the streusel topping. This icing is quite a bit, so I'm going to adjust the measurements in the description below to give you enough for 10 cookies. The streusel is also enough for double the cookies, so I'll adjust that as well. Look at how delicious these cookies look, and the aroma, oh my goodness, I wish I could transmit it through the screen. Now it's the moment of truth. Did I manage to replicate the Crumbl Blueberry Muffin Cookie? The Crumbl cookie is chewy and moist with a buttery cake batter flavor and delicious streusel crumb. Mine has exact same chewy texture and the flavor is almost exact, I'd say about 98% there. I even had a couple cookie crumble connoisseurs, aka my daughter and her friends, do a taste test and they couldn't tell the difference either. Now you can bake your own blueberry muffin crumble cookies and eat them too. Let me know in the comments below how this recipe turned out for you and if you'd like to see more copycat desserts. Happy baking!